All right, guys. Fingers crossed. My Wi Fi is out. I am attempting to do my show with a 4G hotspot. So far, it looks like it may actually be streaming, but I am not going to be able to be messing with my phone or doing any chat things. But the good news is we have an excellent moderator that is going to be in today, so they'll be able to give you the links. Plus, it's not too complicated of a show today. Today, we're going to be talking about products. Now, I am going to start soon because the more time I stay on here, and I already have a couple warnings, I'm dropping about 3% of my frames, which mm, that means this show is probably pretty crappy. I do apologize. Tomorrow is a big show for me. Tomorrow, I will be streaming and I will be selling off losses. And what I mean by that is I have my Dragon Deals live show on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. We're losing a lot of screens. This is probably going to be pretty crappy. But my show tomorrow, even if I have to go over I'm having Wi-Fi issues. Even if I have to go over to my mom's house tomorrow, I will do my show because I'm going to have items for sale and I have a little app and I will have pictures of the item. I will put them in tomorrow before the show, not much before the show, but I will put the pictures of the items that will be in the show tomorrow. Then tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon, Central Time, I get on here and I will hold up the item and I'll tell you what, I'm going to charge for it. And you're going to go, because if the item was $100 retail value and I got it on clearance for 50 and another 50% off, let's say I only paid like 40 bucks for it, guess what you're going to pay? Not the $40 that I paid, because you're going to have to pay for shipping. I'm going to charge you 20 bucks. In other words, whatever the ticket I paid, half is what I'm charging. This is a loss. This is not trying to liquidate things so I can still make profit and get my money back. This is, I've already written off $1 million worth of products and I'm trying to recover half, if possible. If possible. So already a lot's being donated, so I will get the charitable donations, but there's a limit to all that. So the show tomorrow, I'm going to have the Wi-Fi. So far, I'm going to have to see how this actually plays. We are dropping some frames here and there, which means it's probably not that good of a quality, but I'm very surprised that we haven't been kicked off yet. Hey, moderators here. Okay, now we're going to probably... Oh, hi. I think we're probably going to get rolling really quick because, like I said, I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm using a hotspot. I can see that it is not having a very good time doing it either. I'm surprised it's doing it all. What do you think of my new... This is pre-show, guys. We haven't started the show yet. I'm going to start it in a minute. What do you think of my new graphics? You haven't seen anything yet. That's why I'm so upset that my Wi-Fi is bad, because these graphics aren't going to be near as nice as if I was on regular Wi-Fi. Well, we're getting kind of close to time. What time? It's about 10 minutes early. Everybody seems to be popping in. I can't look at Facebook. I can't look at anything else. You know, I see a lot of people are in Facebook. I do need everyone to go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. You don't have to do it during the show. Just at some time, go to my Keywebco YouTube channel and subscribe. I also, boy, we're dropping frames. I also highly recommend that tomorrow in the afternoon, when you go to see my live show, you do your bids on YouTube, because I know for a fact I'll be able to see them. And I'll explain later how all that works. It's not a real complicated thing. Am I ready? I really hope this transitions. I think we're about ready to rock and roll, guys. All right, that was my new little countdown. No sound, just 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this is my helpful tip stream. I did change a little bit of the lettering and things around, but basically everything's the same. We're not going to stay on this window, actually. very long at all. As a matter of fact, we're going to go do it right into the chat stream pretty quick. I finally remembered to change my subscriber count to 73. It's been at 70 for 2 weeks, and I forgot to change it up. Woohoo, let's do this. All right. Well, it does seem to be working, and I am dropping frames, but considering we're hot spotting, I'm actually rather excited that this is actually functioning. Worst case scenario, I can do it this way. So that's what we're doing tonight. What we're going to be discussing tonight is an app I created about products. It is showing the same on both. Okay, good deal. I'm very surprised. Very surprised. So what we're going to talk about tonight is kind of leading into tomorrow, because tomorrow afternoon, I'm excited about doing this sell off my losses here, because it's not like listing online. I don't have to make a listing and jump through hoops. I just say, hey, I've got this. It's worth this. Send me the shipping label. Go to my little chat, use the little app, and buy it dirt cheap. And I don't have to worry about it. So it's kind of nice. I'm going to try it out. A lot of people make a living doing it this way. I don't know if I want to do that, but I wouldn't mind getting back some of my money. So I thought, well, tonight we're going to talk about my products app. Now, why is that I want to talk about my products app before I start selling you things? Well, I don't want you to buy anything from me unless you know what you're going to do with it. Now, that sounds silly. How many times have you gone to the store? And I'm checking devices, I'm sorry. How many times have you gone to the store and you thought, oh my gosh, I'll give you a perfect example. These are $12 at Big Lots. You can see that? $12 at Big Lots, regular price. Okay, that sounds okay, great. $12. I got it for 75% off. But do you think I can actually make money on it? No, probably, because I could charge enough. Lawn darts do pretty well, especially these safe type that don't have the points. But the problem is, had you considered the weight? These are very, very heavy. You cannot mail this first class. It has to go priority. Do you have cubic shipping? Do you know if this will go cubic shipping? By the way, this will. So I'd be able to ship this anywhere from coast to coast for probably about $6, $7. But most people use priority, so it'd be about 10 or 11. All right, now at 10 or $11, even if I were to sell this to you at the 75% off that I made it, if you went to go put this online, you would have difficulty making any money. Now, I also want you to consider, even if I sell it to you at half of what I paid for it, which is what I'm doing, I'm going to make the numbers easy. Let's say I paid $6 for this. Okay. And let's say I only charge you $3, and then I charge you shipping. Guess what you're going to end up paying for the item? You see the price tag on there? A little over $12. So if they bring 30 even online, you're going to have difficulty making money. I will still have products like this in here, but I will tell you in my show tomorrow, as well as what I'm trying to teach later on when I get to the app. That's a couple windows away. We'll get there in a minute. But I'm going to show you, hey, even if I were to give you this and you pay for shipping, selling it online would be problematic to make any money. But if you wanted to just buy the item and get it, you'd be getting it for about what I would got it at full price at a clearance store. So you would still be getting a good deal. Plus, if you bought several items together. Now, I mentioned my show tomorrow about how I'm going to tell you what's good for a seller and what's just a good deal. And that has a lot to do with the products you select in your business. You must be aware of what those products are going to do for you or what they're going to do against you. Now, since I've kind of introduced what we're going to talk about, let's just pop over here to one of my new chats, just so you guys can see it. And by the way, Perfect Finds for You, you're probably going to be very happy about this. Do you notice that the chat window carried over from scene to scene? So you don't have to redo all those links every time. You'll probably have to do them a few times tonight. So we're over here in the Helpful Tabs live window. What we're over here to chat about is I'm about ready to tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to jump very quickly into the next window, and that is my products app. Now, during the products app scene, you are not going to see any chat on the screen. That doesn't mean my moderator's not watching the chat and can communicate with you, but I honestly will not see anything you write until after this little video spiel that I do goes through. Yeah, I do be happy about not having to do those links. What do you think of my little blue rain coming down? I thought that was a little different. I wanted to do the metrics, but that was a little bit movie related, so I stuck that in instead. So what we're about ready to jump into is I'm going to teach you a little bit about products. Now, I'm not going to sit here and spill out all the details and bore you to death. My app can do that for you. So I'm going to give you a few links once the video is over and we have the question and answer session. So if the moderator wants to wait until after the video to put the links in, they're not going to appear on the screen anyway. You're more than welcome to do that, because after we go to the question and answers, you will have to put those links in again anyway. So you're more than welcome to wait. That way you can kind of talk to people in case they're bored with my show. But you should really kind of enjoy this. Now, my apps are real easy. I'm going to tell you how they work and stuff so I don't have to do it during the video. You go to several websites, or you just download the app, or you get the app from the link the moderator will give you. And I have a whole bunch of them on a website. They're little boxes, and you can scroll through the boxes on the website. You don't have to open it separate, or you can, but you scroll through the boxes and you're able to touch the images, play the videos, read the blogs, scroll through the text. You'll see little dots underneath. That means there's more than one window. And I've designed these apps just like I do things. If you want to know about a product and you're not sure what kind of products you need or what you need to know, I take the app and you start at the first box and you go down and you just touch and do all the links and do everything it says and go all the way from the very top of the app all the way down to the bottom. You'll know when you're done because I normally stick something at that's an ad for my own business, or I actually think I have my VA's website. He's a great guy. If you need a VA, you should contact him. I think I put his website at the bottom of the product apps because a lot of people like to have help doing their listings. You just send in the pictures, he makes the stuff for you. That's later on. So I think you guys get the point. The app is just a little box. You scroll through anything you need to know, and I have every topic you need on that website. Anything you need to know, you just scroll through, touch the buttons, follow the directions. By the time you get to the bottom, you'll be at college level. I don't say professor level because certain things require you to use more than one app. But if you use each app for each topic that you are trying to learn and get through all the little boxes, you'll be good to go. And that's what I'm going to be talking about, is a product app. So you can decide, you can get the information you need, you can get all the data, and you'll know what it's going to mean if you do pick a product. It's going to just give you all the stuff you need. So I think we're still dropping screens, but it actually seems to be holding together. So I think we're going to go on straight to the app. Now, I am going to take a second. I do this every show, guys. This is a little difficult for me to go through these little video apps because I like to engage the chat. This is me just telling you things without any response for just a few minutes. And actually, this is not very long at all, because the information you need is in the app, and the app is free. So you open it up, you scroll down the thing, you click the boxes. It will tell you everything rather than me sitting here spieling out a bunch of stuff that you may or may not follow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. You're going to see most of my new videos now are going to be done this way. I used to try to explain way too much. People get confused, and we don't want that. All right, am I ready? Think I'm ready? Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about this products app. All right. I couldn't do a products app without at least putting some representation of China in there, considering even things made in the United States, about half their products or more are manufactured in China, put here and assembled. So part of what you have to consider is China. So do be aware that you might be having to learn Chinese. All right, use this app that I've created to make better decisions. It's very important that you decide what product you have in your store, because the product represents you. It also brings the traffic to your store for whatever projects you might have. This app will help you get through that. Now, there are 4 product types. If you click the little link here, it will tell you all the different 4 product types that you need to know. There's some that are more like digital download kind of products, but it'll give you the definitions, because I don't want to define things for you. You should figure out on their own. This is just my little thing that I wrote in the app that just says, when it comes to be successful, it's very important what the products are, and it will determine what your business is going to do. So what is the best product? So that is what we're getting into next. All right, a little fire there. These are the things you need to consider. This is a very important button to push. Those are just, it will give you just an inordinate amount of things to consider, but it is very well written. I did not write these. Some I did, but most of these articles I didn't. It's very well written. Now, volume products is one kind of marketing and one kind of way you buy and resell. So this will give you things to think about. That's normally like the cheap Chinese stuff, like I holding a fidget spinner. This is a volume product. Not really high value, but you sell a lot of them and you make a little money. Product categories. Now, there's always a confusion. What category does this product fall in? What category does that product fall in? Well, find out. And you will find out how they are indexed by Google, which is much more important than any platform. Index your products according to the platform, but get the keywords for Google. This will help you with premium products. You need to be very careful with premium products. You need to know, is that brand verified? Is this distributor sending you a cheap copy of something that's not labeled of what it's a copy of, so you can still sell it? I have an SEO app. That's a second app built into the products app. That is the most powerful app I have ever created. You will love me after you use that app. I have had thousands of comments come back to me on that app because I make it easy for you. We have product data. Now, there's always talking about product data. That's your UPC code. What color is it? I mean, just all the data about products, and also the digital data. This will guide you through that. That's a little bit of a nightmare, sorting product data, especially when you have bad UPCs. The best product is a brand you make yourself. That is a huge game. Very expensive, very risky. If you are successful, though, you will be very wealthy, because the brand, if you can get a buyer to look for it, cuts everybody else out. Talking about that, product marketing. You need to know, okay, I bought this product for $1 that's worth $100. What good is it if nobody knows you've got it? Putting it on a platform, good luck with that, only if they decide to sell it for you. So you've got to know how to market it. The link for all of my Keywebco apps, which will give you every tool you need to go further and understand what you're going to do beyond just put things on platforms, beyond just make a blog. I give you how to use every tool that's available together, and then I give you tools so you know what you're doing with them. Platform diversification. Now, that's something that most people don't pay much attention to because they don't have time. You don't need much time. You just need to learn how to do it automatically. I can teach you that. There's some information about that in there, but at least that will tell you how you can do little steps to diversify what you're doing. And guess what? That's it. We are done with that products video. And now we are on to the question and answers. This is when the chat renews and the moderator gets the joy and pleasure of putting all of those links in there. Now, the links that she's going to give you, I'm going to kind of name off, because it takes her a while to get those in there, and we have another chat window and then final credits after that. I don't know if they'll transfer, but we're going to stay here just a bit. If you have questions about products, if you have questions about the app I just showed you, feel free to ask those questions at any time. Now, one of the links that I am going to give you off the top of my head is to my app. Not that app page and all that. I'll tell you how to get there later. But just an app that I have that has kind of all of my different stuff in there. It's pretty easy to find. You know what a bit.ly link is. It's one that I assign so I can remember it. Go slow. I'm going to go slow. The first app I'm going to give you, and she doesn't have to put this one in. She can put the ones in that go with the apps that go with the show. But the first app I'm going to give you is the one so you can find out kind of all my stuff besides just going to keywebco.com. That app is a bit.ly link. That is bit.ly/Keywebco. capital K, Keywebco, capital Keywebco, app, A-P-P, not capital. One capital letter, Keywebco app, all one word. So it's a bit.ly link with a capital K for Keywebco app. Pretty easy. From that app, that's an iGen app. That's different than the ones that you're going to be using for the shows and stuff. But from that iGen app, you are able to go and see anything you want to see. It will take you where you need to go. I'm going to give you another link while she's grabbing the stuff for the apps here. You can go to keywebco.com. Now, that is just my global store. Of course, I'd love it if you go in there and buy something, but if you don't, doesn't matter. At least go up and check the menu. Hit the little menu box at the top and scroll down till you see a link that says Keywebco Apps. When you get to the link that says Keywebco Apps, that is that app page I told you about. Go ahead and click it. It's going to take you to another site. And when you get there, it's going to load really crappy and slow because it's got all the apps embedded to work within the web page. That means you don't have to open the app, go to another page, go through it, then go back to the page to find the next app. I made that on purpose. So give it just a moment to load. I'm not making this for SEO. I'm making it as a useful tool. So it'll take less than a minute. I mean, but it's still slower than a regular site. So it's going to be a slow load. So let it load. And then scroll down, and just any of the little boxes that interest you or you want to do, you just slide through them and push the buttons. The good thing about this is all of those apps are on one page. So you don't ever have to look anything up. You just open the app page, and whatever you need to know about any topic related to e-commerce or business or marketing or anything for business is right there on one page. And of course, all this is free. All this is free. All right, well, since I didn't get any questions about the product app, and I kind of knew I wouldn't, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it just tells you what to look at, and it has good links for it. But since we didn't get any questions, let's get out of this question and answer thing. We'll just go over here, and it did carry over for you. So this is the last chat window before I'm going to actually do a few other things. Since we're not being kicked off, I'm going to keep it running. So any links that you want to put in about your business, I'll allow that, by the way. Any show that you see a Keywebco logo on or you see me in, if you pop in and you're watching, tell me who the heck you are. I don't want to have to take the time to go look at your personal place, your personal profile or on Facebook, or look you up on YouTube to find. I can't find the links to your stores. Just drop the links to your stores in there if you would like. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Don't drop links to buy your sunglasses and your shoes and your coats. But a link to your whole store, that's fine. A link to your blog, website, YouTube channel, whatever you'd like to put. Just don't try to be spammy and sell stuff, but do put a link to your business. Now, if your business is selling services or something, yes, I'll expect to see that there. And that's not a problem, because some people get all upset. Oh, this guru came into my thing and they're trying to get someone to buy services. If that's your business and that's what you're introducing, that's okay. If you're just popping in to sell that and that's not your real main business, but it's just some affiliate thing, we'll have words. And trust me, I will look it up. So I always want to make that clear because I want everyone to have the chance to market. And I kind of mentioned that for a reason. When I do my show tomorrow in the middle of the day where I'm selling the stuff at liquidation, if you carry one of the items that I'm selling here to get rid of and liquidate, I am more than happy. Hey, dog's barking. I am more than happy for you to put your listing in, because what I'm going to be charging for that item is obviously going to be considerably smaller. This is a liquidation sale. But I have limited numbers and I'm going to sell out super fast. So if your link happens to be in the chat and I don't have the item anymore and your price was fairly reasonable, you might just sell that item, and I have no problem with that. All right. Well, don't have too many questions. The links are all pretty straightforward. That's my affiliate program coming in here. Now, that's about products too. We'll talk about it. Maybe I have something cute we can look at. Well, now she's putting links in. I'll let her put links in for a while. Because if I change it, it might not change. My affiliate program is pretty simple. That's at keywebco.com. It is my global store. All you do is sign up for my affiliate program. Any link or search or anything you use within my store, you copy the link into your affiliate program link. Then you share the affiliate program link. If anybody buys anything that was brought in from that link, you get 5%. At the end of the month, you get an additional 5% bonus, provided they're not all $1 items. I'm not going to mess with 5 cents and all that. But I'm saying, as long as the item is not ridiculously cheap, I give you a bonus. If it's super, super cheap, just be happy with the 5%. But I will always, if you had like a whole bunch of cheap items and one real expensive one, I'll make sure that you get the full 10% for everything. In other words, I got to make sure there's enough window to pay you. But you'll always get 5. And that comes from the machine. And then I give you a bonus for the other 5. So that's what the affiliate program is. That next link in there is the Helpful Tips site. Now that is growing. I haven't had enough time to dedicate it too much, but it's pretty much done. But it just needs a lot more shows. I'm kind of lollygagging for people to ask to be in the show. Oh my, what's this? Live Shop App Wednesday. Oh, that may be. Oh, again, you've got that from probably that long coded thing will work. But if you want the app, I have a bit.ly link for that that's real short. It's bit.ly/capital D, capital D, capital L, capital S, HEO. What that stands for is Dragon Deals Live Show or Shopping, but I put shop. So it's bit.ly link, bit.ly/capital DDLSHOW. HOW are small letters, all the rest is capital. So that's pretty easy to remember. DDLSHOW. The last 4 letters are show, so that's pretty easy. So that is the app. I think that's the same app that she gave you there. I'm not sure. But that's the app for the actual show. Now, this is how that works tomorrow. You know what? Let me give you a peek, guys. We haven't gotten kicked off. I'll show you what the background's not quite done, but this is what the background is going to look like for my show. Now, underneath me there, I was going to do a slideshow of the items that are going to be in the show, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put like the different types of products that we're going to be carrying. The reason is it's much easier for me to put in that bit.ly link, that DDLSHOP. It's much easier for me to just build a store in there out of the pictures of my employee's phone. I don't have to make a video. I don't have to do anything. Plus, after the show, those pictures stay in the app. You're not going to see any pictures in that bit.ly link app until the morning of the show, maybe just a few hours before. And then what I'll do is you'll see a number and a collage picture of 3 angles. That's what he's supposed to do. We'll see. If nothing else, you'll at least see a picture of the item, and it will have a number or a code word like LDS1. That means Lawn Dart Set 1. So we'll just make up some arbitrary code word, and that code word will be in the picture inside the app. Show link not working. Okay. I'm going to check that because I just made it. Let's see if I get kicked off. I hope not. DDLSHOP. It just popped open the app. So, yeah, it works. Okay, so the app does work. So, the bit.ly DDLS shop app does work. It doesn't have 2 L's. It's bit.ly. Yeah, you might have typed it in wrong because I just did it and it works fine. Okay, so the bit.ly shop app, after you scroll through, the one... Okay, it was not typed right. I just made it, so I know it works. So that bit.ly shop app, if you use it for 30 days, the pictures from the show will be there unless they sell. When they sell, I delete them. So if tomorrow at 1 o'clock you watch the show, I'm going to hold up the item. It's not going to be this. I think I have some comforters and some other things. But I'll hold up the item. I'll tell you what it's worth. I'll give you all the data. In the show, which will look just like this, because this is it, sort of, except you're not seeing the little graphics that I'll have in there, you will say the item number from the app. So what did I say? LDS1, Lawn Dart Set 1. You would write, you want $3 for the Lawn Dart set, I'll take it. So you would write, in the chat, in the public chat, you would write your name, not address or anything else, no personal information. But you just give your screen name. Like if it was Perfect Finds buying the lawn dart set, she would go, Perfect Finds for you wants item LDS1. You have 3, I'll take 2, and I'll send you a shipping label. So that happens in the show. If I agree with that and nobody else bids anymore, because it's not really bidding, but if someone else comes in, I'll give you $4. Well, okay, goes to the $4. When it's done, I'll either clap my hand or say there's a gavel or done deal. I have a bell I might ring. I have a glass table, so I'm not going to be banging the gavel. Originally, I was going to bang my gavel, but I have a bell I'll probably push because I don't want to break my glass table. So I'll ring a bell, and that means that whatever the person wrote in the chat, they're the ones that are going to get the item. Now, they don't have that item. They haven't given me any money. They haven't got any info yet. So, but you don't do that in the show. This is in front of thousands of people. You don't do that in the show. You just say, I want it, and you put the number in. Then in the app, you're going to see a little thing that says, go here for your shipping and everything. It's got a big arrow. You'll push that button, and it will take you to my Facebook live chat. It'll take you to my Facebook live chat. That's only you and me talking. That's not a group or anything else, but it's on my Keywebco shop page. If you want that address, that is m.me/Keywebco shop. Pretty easy, right? That's from Facebook. So it's m.me/Keywebco shop. All communications, all processing of the funds, everything are all done through there. And listen how easy this is. You've told me that you wanted it in the show. You don't have anything until you paid and you contact me and I have the address. So you go to the app, you put the number in just in the chat, just like you did in the show, and you tell me which way you want it shipped. Either you're paying the label or I'm paying it. If I'm paying the label, then I say, oh, no problem. Then within a few hours or a day, whenever I get around to it, within a day, then I will send you a link. If you want it as an invoice, I can do that. But I normally just send you a PayPal link for the amount of the item. If it's just the $3, let's say, because you're sending me a shipping label, then in the chat, you need to send me an image of the shipping label so I can print it. Enough! Dogs. You need to send me an image of the shipping label so I can print it and put it on the package and get that shipped out to you. The PayPal link you pay. And if you want me to do the shipping, then I'll send you a screenshot. I don't just tell you what it is. I send you a screenshot of exactly what it would be to send it to you. And of course, I will need your address to give you that info. So the only place that I would ever see your address, and the only way I'll ever really see it, unless I'm just printing on the label, is in that chat. It won't be public anywhere else. If you're one of those people that want to buy it from a store for some reason, you're still backed by PayPal. But if you want to buy it from a store, it's $5 for me to have my employee make a listing so you can buy it from the store. But we will do that for an additional $5. Otherwise, you just pay the PayPal invoice or link. And the shipping, again, I'm going to repeat this again. A lot of people like to use their own shipping labels. There's some people that get like points for labels and they get a discount. So they like to use their own labels. Hey, Mindy, if you need me to print you a label, I'm going to use pirate shipping. So you're going to save a little money because I use Cubic. But I will show you in a screenshot exactly what it is. What you're seeing here, Mindy, in case you just popped in, is I've already kind of done my products app. And I'm showing everybody what the background, most of the background, the thing underneath me is not done yet. But this is kind of what the background on my live shopping show, which is tomorrow, is going to be like. All right, so I've kind of talked to you guys about the live show. Let's go back to where is it? Let's go to our final chat window for the evening. This is the final chat window. The links carry over. I think. Yes, the links carried over. All right, so I'm going to recap really briefly. We are on a mobile hotspot, so this isn't a very good show. I'm really zipping through here, and all of my graphics are probably a little bit choppy, but I do see they're coming through. So what we went through tonight, so if you want to watch the replay, we've gone through my Keywebco products app, which will give you all the information you need about how to select a product, and then after you select the product, what to do with it. I've gone over what I'm going to do tomorrow, which is a big deal. I think we're going to have a lot of people. I've been getting messages all day. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central, I'm going to be selling off huge amounts of stuff at a loss. It's a liquidation sale. But I don't just say that like everybody else where it really doesn't mean anything. I mean liquidation. If I bought something that's worth $50 for $10, you're getting it for $5 plus shipping. Whatever I paid, cut in half plus shipping. That's it. I don't care if the items were $200 and I paid $10, you're still getting it for $5. Because I am actually not trying to make money, I'm trying to recover lost money. It's a big difference. Most people have a liquidation sale. The items are still live. They're still paying overhead. They still have those calculated in as part of their business. I have already written off, it took me a year to get rid of $1 million worth of products on eBay. I've written off all of those products, not as a loss because I haven't thrown them out, but taken them out of my business because it's a pain. It's not profitable. Not as a volume seller. And see, that's the business I have. If I want to sit around and wait for things to sell, I'll put them on a website where they don't cost me any money. So that's what I decided to do because it was costing me too much to not sell enough. So I have unbelievable amounts of products. By the way, Mindy, in case you're still in here, we found 9 of those glass ones like I took a picture of in my lap, and 6 or 7 that look just like the ones that you sent me a picture of with the little black lantern frames. And we have some other types, so you might be able to use a collage of those. I might be able to take care of those for you. She's needing some LED lanterns, candle lanterns. We also found a bunch of harvest decoration stuff, like more than you can imagine. So my employee was taking pictures of it today, but he's not done. I'll send you those pictures later. By the way, what I'm talking about is a friend of mine might be getting some of this stuff, but not stuff that I'd be putting in my show, just like some of the volume stuff that I have. So I'm going to make her up a box. So I'm not doing that live in the show. We're just doing that on messages. So let me recap on the show tomorrow because that's where all the questions have been all day today. This is how it works. You use the bit.ly link for the app. That's bit.ly. Okay. bit.ly / bit.ly / capital D, capital D, capital L, capital S, HEL. What that stands for is Dragon Deal Live Show or Shop. Shop, not show. I said show, didn't I? Shop. So that's DDLSHOP. Dragon Deals Live Shop. And it'll take you to an app. Now, there's no products in that app yet. There will be just before the show. Hey. So just before the show, I'll take that app, that link I just gave you, and I will put, now I'm going to show you guys this. This isn't going to be in it because you can't make any money on these. But if I were to put this in the show on Wednesday, meaning when I come live to sell this stuff, it'll be in that app. And then what you do is from that app, you scroll down. There's a few boxes you'll see first. One of them is real important. That's how you communicate and actually buy everything. But after you scroll past that, I'll have pictures of each item. This one, which would have a code on it. So what you do is you just say, oh, I didn't see the show. If you're in the show, you bid on the show. You just say, you look it up in the app, I want item number, whatever it is. And then you say that in the show. Then after the show, you go to the app, you go click the chat box. It tells you to communicate. You tell me again, with either a screenshot or an item number, what you want and what I quoted you online. And I'm telling you guys, this is liquidation losses. This is not like a liquidation sale. This is liquidation losses. So if I had paid $12, if this item was worth $12 in the store and I paid $6, you'd pay $3 plus the shipping. You can either send me your own label or buy one from me. And you do that in the chat. So you write the item number and a screenshot, preferably. That way you never make a mistake. And you'll either send me an image of your shipping label and I'll print it and put it on the box, or you have me pay for the shipping label. But before you do that and know how much to pay me, I need your address, because I'll look up your address. I will give you a screenshot of exactly what pirate shipping would cost me to send you your item. Then I will give you an invoice for the $3 plus the pirate shipping. You pay it on PayPal. We're good to go. Your tracking is not going to be uploaded by email and all that fancy stuff, because I'm not taking the time to do a listing. If you want a listing, that's $5 extra. My employee will do the listing, and then you can just buy it from the store. But I don't want to do that. I'd much rather just sell it and be done with it. If you want it where you're buying multiple items, that's not a problem. What we'll do is you just say, I'm going to buy 3 items. We'll deal with the shipping on the very last item. So make sure you tell me. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're popping in, guys. So make sure you tell me, I want 3 items. This is the last one. In the very last one, please do me the solid. I'll know, but do it anyway for security. Please go ahead and include the other 2 item numbers that you want also. That way I can get the total for you. I can get my employee box it all up as small as we can get it, so we can hopefully get cubic shipping. And then you'll have one price for the shipping for all of the items. So I'm not going to do shipping per. So it is a little bit of a pain in the butt, because we're doing it in chat instead of me just having a listing ready. You push the button and buy it. But you're paying $3 for something worth $12 and shipping. That's a bad example. I won't be selling you junk like this because you can't make any money. Even if I were to give this to you, if you pay $11 to ship it to you, it might be less than that. Cubic, I might be able to get a little less. But if you pay like $10 to ship it to you, and this is from a clearance store, 12, they're about $20, $25. You're just not going to make enough profit margin. But I'm going to tell you guys, I think I'm going to have some comforters tomorrow. I have some comforters that are worth $100, $200 that I bought at Macy's, wholesale. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm hot spotting. We're not even on Wi-Fi tonight, guys. This is really bad. But so that might be worth a comforter worth $100 that I ordered wholesale from Macy's, and I bought like $6,000 in that order. So trust and believe, I'm not paying anywhere near $100. And you're going to love this, guys. This is true liquidation. You don't ever see this. I haven't done these in 20 years. I base my cost on the entire lot order. Oh, yes, you heard me right. You could have this is a bad example. You could have 2 items side by side. I bought this one in a clearance sale, let's say for $5. I bought this in a wholesale lot order, and it cost me 25 cents. Now, let's say it cost me 50 cents. That would be too low, 25 cents. This one cost me 50 cents. If you were buying these items in my show, this item would cost you $2.50. This item would cost you a quarter, even though they might be the exact same item. That is a liquidation loss sale. It's all based on what I paid. Now, you do get what I'm trying to hint here. If I bought 800 things in a lot from Macy's and divided the prices evenly, because that's exactly how I do it, because I could care less what the actual values are. I only care what I pay and what it brings online. Some things turn huge profits, some don't turn any. But in a liquidation loss sale like what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, doesn't matter what it was or what it's worth. It's all based on me recovering $1 million I invested and flushed down the toilet at eBay, because it's not going to come up in the volume I need. Not that I don't sell. I was selling things all the time. I'm not getting their search engine. I'm not getting 150 sales a day. I'm getting 150 sales a week. I won't even cross the street for that, guys. That is not a business. That is just me making a little money to not starve to death. And the overhead eats it up. Plus 5 sales a day regardless. I was selling 150 items a day for years, 100 to 150 items every single day. And I didn't care about theft. 5 thefts a day, what did it matter? But I still have, without the search engine, the same 5 thefts a day with 10, 20, and 30 sales. Well, you cannot run a business like that. So that's why I shut off eBay. People ask, oh, eBay's bad. Yeah, eBay's horrible. eBay is not the eBay that we knew. eBay is a product to consumer catalog. It will get just worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where you won't even believe it. It's already beyond that point with me. It has nothing to do with how it was founded or created to be. As a matter of fact, the founder of eBay could have made mega bucks when he first started, but he wanted a community to community based platform where everyone had the fair chance of selling and working with each other in an open free market. Does that sound anything like the eBay we have now? You don't even come up in search unless you're the top matrix, which means unless they've invested in you. So, I don't have time for it. It's worth me to cut my million loss now than buy another $2 or $3 million worth of products that will take 3 times, 10 times longer to sell. Don't need it. I make more money making websites and doing my own thing that costs me very little to nothing. So that's why I have all this products that I'm willing to get rid of. Why don't I just relist it somewhere else? I've already listed. I'm done. I have a global store with, I'm going to have unbelievable number of products. I'm approaching 10,000. I'll have 30,000 by the end of the year. Everything that you could buy on a platform, you'll be able to buy from Keywebco Global. So products, I could care less about. I have plenty. What I care about is making websites, doing my shows, making podcasts, writing blogs, creating my apps, and helping other sellers. And I am not a guru. I do not charge for that. I don't charge for any of that crap. People that charge you to tell you what to do are thieves. You can look it up, learn it, or just use one of my apps for free. So that's kind of my attitude. That's why I am doing a real liquidation sale. I keep saying that because if you're old like me, you might actually remember when liquidation really meant liquidation, not just, oh, we want to make more money and call it something else. I have lost this product because I am taking them down. They are not available for sale. I'm going to list 300 items in 3 different websites. So it'll actually be 100 items in 3 different websites. That's just in my little Strikingly websites. They don't cost me anything. And it's all going to be stuff that I really, really like and kind of go with my website and that I have a lot of. That leaves 6,000 some odd listings that I took down from eBay and over 3,000 listings in inventory that arrived after they changed the product catalog that I haven't even bothered to cut the tape on the cases. That's what I'm going to be liquidating off. So I'm telling you guys, even if everyone hates my shows, they're all going to be showing up to get this stuff at real liquidation prices if anyone actually can remember what that truly means. So I enjoyed chatting with you all tonight. This is not a big, good show. We're using a mobile hotspot. I couldn't do anything really complex. I did show you a few things. Let me give everyone a little peek around a little bit more since we're sitting here and about finished. This is what the background of that little show is going to look like tomorrow. Let me just give you guys some peek around at some of the stuff I'm meddling around with. We're just kind of screwing around. Product app is pretty self-explanatory. Let me just give you some stuff that I'm messing with. This is what you would see if I was doing a blog, talking about blogs. This is kind of how you would see the background. If I was talking about Lumiere, we're going to let this one play for a second. Lumiere is really freaking cool. It's a free app, or you can pay, that lets you create all these little things. These are all created with Lumiere. Not the video, but the little stuff you see happening. That's all stuff. Oh, you're hearing it. Sorry. Hearing all that noise. Sorry about that. All that is created with Lumiere. And you can use that for products, guys. Just make some neat happen on your products. As a matter of fact, that is a store category at Keywebco Global. Here is another store category. I really like that Lumiere app. All right, here's another logo app. I did a show on that just the other day, in case you're just kind of curious at some of my graphics. A lot of people like to watch my show just to see what graphics I do. This is just to teach you how to do logos. Of course, all these apps are available for you for
Welcome to
free
Keywebco
at
Global.
keywebco.com. Go to the menu, scroll down, hit the Keywebco apps link. This is if we were talking about video marketing, this is what you would see in the background. I'm just going to show you a bunch of neat stuff. This is IFTTT. If this happens, then that happens. Now, I've done shows on some of these things, on a lot of them, so you can go watch the replay, or you can just use the app. You don't even have to watch my show. Use the app. It's got everything I tell you in there. If you wanted to be a Keywebco affiliate, I'm not going to spend any time here. I already talked about it, but it's pretty self-evident what I'm trying to talk about there. Blog video. I actually have an app that will teach you everything you need to know, how to create, what to do, everything about blogs. Again, here we go. That is the blogging app. Here is SEO topic. I told you guys I'm going to show you. I talk about everything. This is SEO. We also talk a little bit about Facebook and other things. Web design topic. Pretty self-evident. RSS feeds. We talk about code and feeds. This is what you will be seeing. Websites, obviously. Whoops, you're hearing the graphics. Sorry. I sell websites. This is not a backdrop for one of my shows. This is me selling you a website. All right, here's growth topic. If we're going to talk about you growing your business, ideas, things like that. If you want to jump into one of my shows, drop your link for your business. Any show or site that I have that you are in here watching, you are more than welcome to drop a link for your business. I don't consider that spam. I consider it spam if you come in and drop a link for your pair of sunglasses, unless we're discussing sunglasses. But a link to your business or blog or business, hey, I don't want to have to look you up. Drop your link in my comments. All right, here is a thing that everyone can do. This is another thing I talk about a lot. Polls. Everyone needs to do polls for your own peace of mind and to know what the hell to sell and what people are looking for. This is a place that I poll that is a bunch of teeny boppers. It's called Best Polls, I think. Yes, Best Polls. Not worth anything for true market analysis, but I like to look at what the kids are buying, because if the kids aren't buying it, their parents are paying for it. So I want to know what they're nagging their folks for. So this is how I find out. And if you notice, most of this content has very little to do with business. I sneak a little business in there. You have to be sneaky. These are kids. You'd be amazed at some of the answers I get, though. It's a little terrifying. All right. Well, here we got more stuff. Let's look at the eBay fans thing. Guys, you'll be amazed at how much stuff I have loaded. This is the eBay fans app. You can get that for free, of course, on my app page. This is my daily edition. You can do this yourself. You go to paper.li. By the way, I know that will probably give you a headache, but believe it or not, this would be considered a perfect ad for Tokyo. Gives me a migraine. Okay, if you were talking about being mobile ready, this is what you would see as the background. Now, all of these things I do in shows, I've either done, will do, or will do again in one way or another. When we talk about cash flow, this is what you look at. When we talk about accounting, this is where everyone falls asleep, but uses my app and thanks me later. Code topic, different code topic. If we're talking about PDFs, I just want you guys, while we're in here, because I don't have a lot of content to cover today. Product app is pretty self-explanatory. All right, hold on. Something jumped around here. I did the accounting topic, right? Yeah. Legal topic. I talk a lot about legal because I actually have video surveillance, and I had 320 people arrested and jailed for theft on eBay. Twitter topic. Obviously, when we're talking about Twitter, this is what you're going to be seeing. If you have to hire an employee or any put your suit on, go to an office thing, I show this because it line draws you going into a business office. This is pathetic, guys. Please don't be offended. That is about the most pathetic sale backdrop I have ever created. I will make something better. So that's just a few examples. We zipped through a whole bunch. I have much more I could show you, but we kind of went through that. Now let's kind of get back on business here. You know what? Let me take you to chat window, this chat window. We're about done for the night. I want everyone in here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to doing this little hold up the product, use my app, use the number, communicate. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because I had this idea to do this years ago, and it wouldn't have been as easy because I wouldn't have had access to the apps and stuff. But I went to a yard sale. This is how it all boils down. I went to a yard sale. I made a yard sale to try to sell this stuff. And my mom and I looked at each other and she goes, this is a real pain in the ass to go out there sitting in the heat. Only a few people came by. Everyone that came by spent big bucks because I had good deals. I was doing liquidation at the yard sale just like I'm doing online. So, and it didn't have very many people come by. They all bought a lot. But I don't have 40 years to sell off $1 million worth of products. Guys, I don't think you truly understand how much products I'm talking about. I'll have to do some videos. I have a ceiling to floor warehouse, but most people have one layer of shelves. I put two industrial shelves on top of each other and a set of ladders in between each column of two. And I have 7 rows of those in one warehouse alone. I have 3 warehouses. I have a small one that's about a quarter of that size. Then in my house, unlisted, remember I told you I had all those listings? I have a guest bedroom, another guest bedroom, the guest bath I took out, and the walk-in closet between the two I took out and made that into one huge warehouse that takes 1/4 of my house. That's all full of cases, never been opened. And that is my losses. So that is what I am trying to recover some of the money back. So I'm actually going to kind of enjoy it. I already got over being all boo-hoo about not making the money back. And I took a year to take my store down so I could kind of dwindle down the need for those sales every day. But really, for the last 3 months, I have not turned a profit. I've made $100,000 in sales, but I haven't turned a profit because of the 5 thefts a day. And not enough volume to meet overhead costs. If you have a mom and pop shop, mom and pop shop consists of you two, you're married or whatever, or the kids. It's a family project. You're not paying anyone to do any work for you. You're not paying additional money for overhead. You can sell whatever you want on eBay, not have very many items, so you're not paying extra, and it will eventually sell, even if it doesn't come up in their search engine. Eventually, some repeat buyer, or you will share it around and someone will buy it. You can run a business that way, but you cannot run a real business that way, one where you are hiring people. I have several people I have to pay for. I have a VA, I have my employee here, I have photographers, I have legal, I have huge departments that I have to pay for. To do that, I need a volume business. And eBay will not ever be a volume business place. You can flip products on eBay just like you flip on Amazon. You want a place to possibly build a volume business? Maybe try Prairie Grit. They are still a community-based platform. They're not a product consumer platform. So Prairie Grit, you can make the opportunity there to build a volume business. Not only will buyers be able to actually find your item when they search on the platform, you can take one of my eBay titles word for word, drop it into eBay, and never find it. Do that on most other platforms, and you're going to find the seller's item. So I have no use for that. So you guys are really lucking out. I am going to give you guys, do you understand when I say $1 million of products, that's not the online value. That's the recovery value. That's what I spent. Do you have any idea how much value that is online? And then at the price point that I paid, I'm going to be charging you half. Do consider shipping though. That's why I'm doing it that way, so I can throw in the shipping and it be basically the same price as the wholesale cost I got the item. Some things though that not every show, I'm not gonna bring a whole bunch that's gonna make everyone rich, but I'm gonna try to make sure at least 1 or 2 items in each of the shows, which are every Wednesday, will flip someone some serious coin. I have lots of those comforters, guys, that are easily Hudson Park. I don't want to name too many brands because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you guys can do on Amazon. You know, I'm mostly an eBay guy. I've been doing it. All the Amazon stuff I send off through other Amazon sellers because they piss me off. So, eh, there'll be some things I'll pull out. I will try to look everything up. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to give you my data on a lot of these things too, which is useful. But I'm going to try to look up and be very careful not to show you something that you could put on Amazon and then have it kicked off. For example, I've got a whole bunch of Tommy Hilfiger stuff. I'm not going to put that online. I'm going to put that in my own websites because if I sell it to an Amazon seller, then they're going to be saying, "Oh, I didn't check. I can't list it without paying them money." Well, too bad. So I'm just going to avoid products that you'll have trouble with. But that's no guarantee. That's why I have that product app. You need to look up everything before you decide to carry it. You know, it really does matter what you carry. What I carried on eBay is why it's useless to me. Not that it didn't work when I made it and created it. For 10 years. I made a fortune. You're going to like this. I will tell you flat out. I have a confidentiality, so I have to be careful, but I'll tell you this right out. I know that in all the big shot meetings that I sat in at eBay, the only person's phone that could ching the entire time in every single meeting and after the meetings and in the hotel and walking down the street was my phone. And all the questions came my way. And I have a very strong suspicion that part of the reason that I can't sell on eBay now is because the only reason that my phone could ching the entire time, because I was always been in direct competition with China, was because I was in direct competition with the same companies that eBay has invested in, and every day 150 items they're not making the sales on. I was. Now that the product catalog has changed, that will never happen. So take that as a little bit of a lesson. And also a little bit of a warning. That product catalog being on vintage is only not there because they just decided not to push the button and get all the bad press yet. Why do you think you have access to all of this WorthPoint and all this indexing software? I've always heard the excuse, "Oh, it's too complicated to do all the vintage products in a catalog. eBay will never get it in their catalog. That's just for new stuff." You can smoke all the pot you want and stick your head in the sand all you want. It's not going to change the fact that they could have had that everything in eBay in a product catalog a long time ago. But they don't want the bad press. What I experienced when they flipped the switch and put my stuff in the catalog, you guys are feeling a little bit on your new stuff, maybe. But if you're selling vintage, it's still the keywords that matter. And this is what I'm going to end you with on these products. Doesn't matter what you sell. It really doesn't. It matters who's going to know you're selling it. If you are a brand, that's great. You can corner a market with a brand, especially if you can get the consumer to type your brand name in. If they do not type your brand name in, you're wasting your money. So where is your investment? Yeah, you might have to buy $100,000 worth of products and have them sitting in a warehouse because they won't wait 3 days to be drop shipped. You'll never come up in search. You have to have it in a day or two. And it has to be in your location. That's eBay. So you got to buy the $100,000 worth of products. That's a low estimate to actually have enough to matter. But that's nothing. That's how you start. Where you have to be exceptional is you have to get that buyer to not type fidget spinner, but type whatever your brand is, Keywebco fidget spinner. As soon as they type Keywebco fidget spinner in there, the only type of fidget spinner they're going to see is Keywebco. The only other product that could even possibly come up in that search from that buyer would be a Keywebco product because the buyer's search parameters define what the platforms can provide them, and also define what Google provides them. So you have a huge advantage as a vintage seller. So the product selection is important. If I hadn't changed from a new, I used to sell vintage. That's what I started with. I made most of my beginning money with that. I decided to go big in volume, so I went with new products. I can't get 100,000 of these vintage, but I can new. So that's what I did because I needed something. I had unlimited products. I kept selling out, scouring just to find some sort of crap I could list online. So my product values were sucky. I was getting good vintage stuff, but I'd only be able to make one listing. Do you know how much time it takes to make one listing? 10,000 times? Now, how much time does it take to make one listing that has 10,000 different variations in it that never runs out? After it's made, it just sits there and sells and makes you money forever. Then you just look at your inventory. So that's what I had created with new products. Now, if I had some sort of vintage or handcraft or something that I could get a buyer from social media to easily remember and go to the platform and search, could make Midas money on eBay or anywhere for that matter. But I didn't have transition time. And with the overhead I had, I went ahead and ran eBay. I knew a year ago I should have closed it. When Melissa Paz went to eBay Open 2 years ago, as soon as she got back, her first phone call to me is, Roger, when you closing your eBay? I said, I'm not. She goes, you should. You're a fool. I said, I know it. She goes, you're not going to get any search engine once they flip that switch, and that is coming. I've warned you about it. She warned me. She'd tell me because she looked at my business model. She go, oh, you're screwed. I knew it too. But I deluded myself because I loved eBay so much. I really did love eBay, guys. I thought, even with their corrupt search engine, I can still funnel. Because I funnel 1,000 people a day, or I used to funnel 1,000 people a day minimum into eBay. But I had to stop doing it. I was paying advertising dollars. 25% of the people that I would pay to come to eBay see eBay selling my stuff from China spammed across the top of my page, even after I paid for advertising to bring them in to buy that item from me. So 25% of my advertising dollars also flushed down the toilet. Why would I do that? I can bring that 1,000 people over to my global store. It's not as good because it takes them longer to get. My flip ratio is a fraction, but my theft ratio is 0. So every day for years, 5 thefts a day, but 100, 150 sales. Who cares? And they always only steal cheap things. Doesn't matter if it's cheap things if you only have 20 or so a day going out. Same loss ratio, but no value to list there anymore. No buyer base except for the 5 thieves a day that I can't even cancel the transactions on. So my product choice is why I am liquidating $1 million worth of inventory and don't care to list it. Because I could list it on eBay again and sit around forever and cost a fortune to make almost nothing. Or I can just get half of what I've already lost, choose 300 listings. Believe it or not, guys, why is it 300 instead of the 7,000 I actually have available? Well, actually, it's a little more than that, 8. It's 300 listings because I did the math and I figured out, based on what I paid on particular products, that 300 listings with no overhead cost would make me the equivalent profit of all of those other listings put together, removing the theft factor. Your product selection matters. Not only does your product selection matter, what happens once you have a certain product type matters. Why do I have 5 thefts a day? Because I sold inexpensive, high volume items. If I charge $6.99 for this and it cost me $3 to send it to you, $3 for you to use it and wear the stuff off, and then $3 for me to send it back, basically, because I can't sell it once it returns. It's junk. And if you have 5 of those a day, Even if they're just 5 returns a day, you could have drama. But 5 flat out thefts where you get something back you can't even sell. You get back empty envelopes. I have a stack. They're all numbered. They're all done at, well, they're not here anymore. Those were used in court cases, not by me. All I have court swan surveillance, guys. Every day, my video from my warehouse gets uploaded, certified, untampered with, downloaded back into my software. It's public record after that point. I don't have to do anything. The Postmaster General discovered I had those public records, and they sent a team to go through them. They arrested 320 people in one day. And they'd arrested about 30 or 40 before that. Unfortunately, I don't get any reparations. However, I'm able to provide them with a gold mine of evidence that they can't get. This can't just be you submitting a video to the court. It has to be certified, and I'm certified to testify before the Supreme Court, so there's no problems there. So because they have irrefutable evidence, plus the email communications showing all the lies and all the and all the empty packages with the Postmaster General holding it up open, or the Postmaster, they used to open my empty envelopes where I'd film them. Oh, I don't want to take that home. Here, open them while I film you. Sure. Yep, nothing in it. Every one of those people are still in jail. You know, it's felony to commit postal fraud. Doesn't matter if it's over a fidget spinner. So I'm just telling you, that's why the product matters. If I had a high-end store where I was only carrying very, very good quality products, there's a very slim chance in hell I would be targeted more than once or twice a year. But because my product line did have thousands of low-end, let's steal it real easy products, once you're targeted, you will never get rid of them. And eBay sure as hell never got rid of them. I think eBay, by me calling in and throwing tantrums over and over and over, I think in the 10 years on eBay, and trust me, my number is very high because I used to do this all the time, look for bad sellers. I also look for bad buyers, but I got rid of a lot of bad people. I think that I can verify by looking them up again. Remember, I verify everything. The number is significantly higher than this, but I think if I remember right, I'm trying to remember what it looks like on the page. I'm a photo learner. I think the total, if I add those pages up, I think I have actually only had about 40 buyers, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 50. About 50 buyers in all the years I've been on eBay that eBay actually took off. Ones with hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. And finally, they hit me, and I got them off there. Because I threw a fit. I call it corporate heads. I don't mess around, people. So, I got them off there. But do you know how many thefts? 5 a day for years? Do you understand what small percentage that is? Now, a lot of these are repeats. You understand, you might have one thief steal from you 100 times, even if you block them. They just get new screen names. I know when they take them down because I had one guy that I had like in one day, this is a few years ago before the court thing, in one day, eBay took them down. And I said, well, how come these other 5 just disappeared today? Oh, that's the same guy. I wasn't even aware it was the same guy. He had different addresses in the same city. So I didn't even pick up on it. But actually, eBay caught that. I didn't. Just to give you an idea of what can happen. Why? Because of, notice I hold up the spinner. These are crap products. This is actually a very good spinner, but it's not a good thing to sell online. You never sell one. But that's exactly why. Thieves will look for stores that carry product lines of things that were popular, but not anymore. Because they know that the seller has a plethora of inventory. They know the inventory is marked down so cheap that if they have a return, they're not going to make anything. So all they have to do is say it's not right, and most sellers will just refund them half or refund them whole and not even have it mailed back because it costs them more. I don't do that. I don't care what your reason is. You're not going to steal anything. I don't care if it's a penny. So that's my little story. That's my story about how come these products are so important. How come the decisions you make affect your business, not just in the short term, but the long term. Could you imagine? Like, imagine this. You're sitting around in your house. You've been selling, gradually building a business, figured out a business model for 10 years. Even when you started, you sold 20 things a day. It was no time at all when I think within a year, I was selling 20 things a day. And the year after that, it was up to almost 100 already. I went from nothing to an anchor store in a year and a half. Why? Because I had a good business model with a platform with a search engine of value. And the products I started with were vintage. So I didn't run across all the heavy theft and all that stuff until I went into the newer product lines. So because of the product changes I made in my business, because of the platform that I was selling them on changing, that's something you can't always predict. The products you have matter. I have $1 million worth of products that I could leave and make almost no money for years, and I would eventually get it all back. Or I can just write my losses off now, have a cute little show, have some fun talking about how I bought all this stuff and where I got it, and giving you the numbers, and I'll tell you about returns. I'm going to tell you every bit of data that I can possibly tell you about the products that I'm going to liquidate to you guys, because I want you to know what you're getting into, even though I'm not charging squat. I want you to know if you buy this fidget spinner that the chances of you selling it online are almost zero. Not zero. You can always market it. But, I mean, just to list it and sell it, you're not going to sell these. I'm going to tell you that when you're buying this stuff. I'll give you a perfect example. This is a perfect example of an item that you would think would do one thing but does something else. Now look at this. This is something that I actually am going to sell this, not maybe tomorrow. You see that price is $20? Now, this is 2 years old. You can't buy these for $20 now. They're $30. I got this at 50% clearance for 10 and sell it for 5. These still, because of the weight, see, this is not something you can make money on buying even at clearance from me, but you can try. You make a little dollars. These still sell for 40 or 50 online with shipping. Use cubic shipping. You can ship them for $12, I believe, coast to coast. So if you were to buy this from me, you would buy it for $5 and then another $12. We were already paying almost 20, and they only sell for 40 or 50 online. So are you really going to make any money? But if you just want it, super mega deal. Because you're getting it for basically what it used to cost, and now these are worth more. So that is how products change. My app will help you stay on top of that. Now, maybe I'm a bad one to give you an example because I just got through laying out to you guys how, because of my product selection and the platform change, they won't work for me. Now, do realize it's not the product selection. It was the platform change that screwed me up. Knowing it and then still doing it more, that was me being stupid. That was me being hopeful and delusional. Yes, I do still make the same mistakes everybody else does. But at least you guys are going to take advantage of it because you guys are going to have $1 million worth of stuff at my cost. So that's $500,000 that I'm going to do through these shows, which is worth a fortune online. So you guys are going to make some money. I hope you enjoy listening to me rattle on and on and on about what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do a little shout out here. Let me see. Let me check the chat because I've been talking. Okay, people are just getting some information in here. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to me rattle on. I am amazed that this thing with a mobile hotspot has actually been able to stream these videos. I have no idea what the quality is. I'm going to check that after the show. All right, well, let me give you one more little drama before I shut up and get off here. What's something you guys might like to see? It's a little long. No, that's a little long. This isn't too long. we're going to just look at this top 5 games for a minute.
My favorite top 5 games I played. Number
Now,
5,
yes, you hear the
Grand
video.
Theft Auto GTA San Andreas, a smash
I
hit.
was going to do
GTA
this
V has sold
as a
huge
little
amounts of
chat
copies and has made giant
where
amounts
we
of
just
money.
came in where you
GTA
don't
is
see
the
my
infamous
face,
franchise.
obviously, and we
Parents
were
and
going to talk
anti-video
about
game
games.
violence advocates everywhere shake in fear or rage at
But
the
I decided
GTA
just to stick
name.
it in my
The
show today
campaign
and let you
stories
see
are
it.
interesting, the driving is fun, and all the extracurriculars are fun too. We used to play water
All
rescue
right, we're
in
not going to sit
GTA
through this
4.
unless you really want to
Someone
see it.
takes
If
a
you want
boat
to
out
see
into the
this, tell
water
me,
and
thumbs
jumps
up. If
off.
not,
The
we'll
other
move on.
person has to fly
But
in with a
I did
helicopter
want you
and
to
get
kind of see,
close
I
enough
am
to
going
the
to do
water so that the guy in the water can
a
grab
daily
on and get
stream
into the
eventually,
chopper.
and I'm going to
Mostly
have
the
things like this.
helicopter just got too close and sank, though. Still, what a blast. Number 4. Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. It's our duty to
All right,
mention
I
this
did. No
one.
one give me
You
a
don't
thumbs up,
crank
so we're going to
games
go
out on
ahead
a
and get
release
off that.
schedule like CODs, always
Let's
getting those
see.
big
Let's
sales
go ahead
numbers
and
with the
go
giant
over
online
to.
community unless you're popular. The Call of Duty
Oh, you know
franchise
what?
is a
Some
great
people dropped
addition
in
to the
late.
FPS
Let
compendium.
me go to this chat. This is another one of my little chat windows. The reason I went to this chat is in just a minute, you're going to see some little blue things coming down. I just added this chat. I was going to do the metrics, but I decided to do the blue instead because the green kind of got on my nerves. It clashed a little bit with that kind of greenish gold curtain I have. So I went ahead and went with blue. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I think we're going to end up now with the final credits. This is not a typical show. This is basically me getting on here and talking. I zipped through the app thing really quick. I was very worried about not being on Wi-Fi. I talked a lot about what I'm going to do tomorrow because it's weighing very heavy on me. Oh, I am going to mention it again because a lot of people came in late. Really, the quality is good. I am amazed. There's a link that you can scroll back and get. It's that bit.ly link, bit.ly, capital D, capital D, capital L, capital S, HOP. That app will have the products that I'm going to do in the show tomorrow afternoon at 1 Central. And they will stay there for 30 days or until they're sold. You need to bid in the show because that guarantees you'll get it at that price. If you bid in the show or fairly quickly after the show, within a day or so, in the app, you get that price, you get it processed, you get it really quick. If you don't buy it the day of the show or maybe the next day, then I might not even look. I'll see your chat, but I might not even be bothered with it until I'm ready to take it down in 30 days. So if you want these products and you want it processed and you don't want someone else coming along and bidding more, you buy them in the show. If you buy them and I agree in the show, someone can come into my chat and offer me $10,000 and I won't give a rat's ass because I agreed and I gave you my word. Okay? So it's important to show up for the show to get that super good deal and to make sure that I'm going to process it quickly. Because I only do one show a week, I have much more to do in between. So I'm going to look at this app the day I do my show, all that night, all the next morning, and then I'm not going to look at it again until the next week when I'm putting the new items for the next show in. Then I will process the orders that I see in there. That's guaranteed. I will obviously do it if I see it before then, but I don't want you to have false expectations. This is to sell these items in the show. Some of them I'm going to have multiples of. Like I might hold up something and say, oh, by the way, I have 8,000 of these. Obviously, those will stay up longer than 30 days. So I'm telling you, it's really designed to get this stuff out of here. I need to clear out my big warehouse. Why? I have a new project. I'm going to buy disassembled, or meaning not put together yet, ATVs and motorcycles. My employee is going to put them together. Then he's going to jump on them, drive them up to my friend who's an auto mechanic in Kansas City who sells them to each other. He has all kinds of motorcycle friends. And we'll put a brand new we'll put a motorcycle and an ATV in his front yard once a week because he sells at least 1 or 2 of those a week. I'll give him a nice little cut. My employee will get a nice little paycheck, and I'll sit around and get fat on the money. That's the kind of business that I like to run. And the overhead cost with the yield on return, it will be 300% higher than selling a product online. I don't have the shipping, I don't have the return dramas, I don't have a lot of dramas. Plus, if I have problems with this product, it's guaranteed by the person I bought it from instead of being guaranteed by me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've got to make sure I keep my employee fed and myself fed. He has no real income. His job was to ship 150 items a day, which, by the way, we used to have no problems with. But for the last year, it's just been going less and less and less. And then I build it up a little bit and it goes down. That's not worth his salary. So I tried to get him to do Poshmark. He hates clothes, but he did a few, and now he's doing those now, or he doesn't get paid. And then so the other job is I want him to do this real world business with the little ATVs because we've already got someone we know that'll sell them. I already have the manufacturer where I get them wholesale. Just order it for myself. You do realize Keywebco Global is going to have everything a platform has by the end of the year. Maybe even a platform of its own. Thinking about getting one. There's one for sale I was looking at, but I don't like it that much. And I do a better job making this store. But I don't know. It's got a lot of customers, so I might buy it. I don't know. Well, that's another story. All right, for now, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, pop in. All right, guys, I have kept you on here. Have I kept you the correct amount of time? Yes, I have. It is 8:12. My show starts at 7. I do a 45-minute app show, and then I chat for 45 minutes. So our show is actually a little in overtime. I've been kind of lollygagging, waiting for this hotspot to crash, but so far it's been really great. So that's good to know that even if my Wi-Fi crashes, I can still use the computer. All right, guys, I'm going to give a few more calls out. Debbie Does Sales is normally on Tuesday. I don't think she did a show. She shouldn't. She's ill. Make sure you go watch her channel. While she's down, I don't want her traffic to drop. So go to Debbie Does Sales, watch one of her shows, share one of her shows around. While you're being generous, go to keywebco.com and follow and subscribe to my channel. Wouldn't be kind of nice if you share my stuff around too. Um, I also want to give a call out on Sunday. If you need to know kind of the pulse of what's going on, get good news that's not biased, and also a show that's really going to take off, I want you to go on Sundays to watch Bolarama. You can also find Bolarama on Facebook. They have a Facebook group. You can also find them at the Helpful Tips site that I have. I have them embedded in there. I'm going to be putting more shows in there. I have the shows in there that I am putting in for free. If you want, hey, dogs barking. If you want your show embedded at Helpful Tip site, yeah, please do that because she's sick right now. She can't do her show. She's, had surgery and stuff. So she's down. While people are down for the count, you need to keep their accounts stimulated. Please do a solid and go over there. And Bolarama is just a great asset for you. You're going to like it. So go check those out. Go to the Helpful Tips site. That's helpfultips.mystrikingly.com. You will see some shows embedded in there. If you're not embedded in there, and I know you, send me a message and I'll consider putting you in. But I'm really needing to get paid to put people in there. So for now, this is how I hit everyone up for money. Go to the Helpful Tips group. Check it out. That's just a group. Go to Ecom Tips Podcast and subscribe for $5 a month or above, or go to the Patreon link, which is all over the place in my sites. Subscribe to $5 a month or more. Then you get into what I call the Helpful Tips private chat. It is only by invitation. Anyone that gets in there, of course, you can join the affiliate program if you want, but I give basically everyone a website that wants one for free. And you get my undivided attention. I don't charge you for anything, any questions you have. And I do pretty good about getting in there and getting your questions answered, even though I'm pretty busy. It's not a big group. I don't want to grow it big. I would like to have about another 10 people in the private chat at most, and everyone in there has to work pretty hard because you can ask perfect finds for you. There is no sitting on your laurels in my groups. I will jump on you and make you do 18 million things a day until you get that job done. But yes, our groups really rock and roll. We do more because, like, the share thing that people do, they post a link and then you share it. That's great. That doesn't do much. What we would do, and what we do, I have 6 groups that do this. We post a link, we share a link. We go comment and bring that link's comment back to the original group post and embed where we shared it to. So if I share a link of yours in my group to, let's say, another Facebook page, I go to that Facebook page, I grab the link from that page, or at least tell you where it is, and I drop it back in the comments in the group. Why? Because until someone goes comments on where I shared it, it doesn't make any difference. So the person whose post that actually is will go to my page. Oh, what a great item. Guess what they're commenting on? They're commenting on their own item, but it's not theirs anymore because they're not the one who posted it there. It's the person's whose page it is item, getting them relevant traffic. But if they click it, they're buying it from themselves, so to speak. So that is how you get engagement on Facebook. Anything less than that, you know, I could sell you this island in the middle of the Pacific if you'd like. Basically, that's the kind of result you would get. So I'm telling you, the only real sharing for sharing that actually kind of does you any good is on Pinterest. Pinterest is an image share site. So yes, if you're sharing each other's stuff and pinnings, that actually does you a little good. Doing a Facebook group where you post something and then you share my stuff, yeah, it gets on other pages, but unless those pages are really doing anything, what the hell difference does it make? So go and engage. I'm serious, guys. You can help yourself a lot. If you see someone has shared your stuff, find out where the hell they shared it, get your butt over there and comment on it. It's going to do nothing but help you sell that item and help the person who shared it get more traffic to their page. That's a trick for Facebook. All right, that's my last little comment today. We're going to do the final credits. I have been on here a long time, just waiting for this thing to crash, and it amazes me that my hotspot is doing this. I have one bar, and it's still not kicked me off. By the way, Perfect Finds for You is doing an excellent thing. Anybody that sees my streams, and I showed that to you in the chat previous, you are welcome to put the links to your businesses in here. I do not consider that spamming. If you're putting a link to a pair of sunglasses and I'm not talking about sunglasses, you're spamming me, and I will remember you. But if you're just popping, hey, I sell sunglasses, here's my site for sunglasses, hey, that's fine with me. I don't want to have to bother to look you up. It makes it easy. I can just go down the chat. Oh, let's see what they sell. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And trust and believe, I will share your stuff around. I'll put it into my feeds. All right, guys, I'm trying to help everyone help themselves. So let's help ourselves to the final credits.